Cody, what do you think this election means for wealth, money, for the average person, for the investor? Let's start with stock markets. What's happening and where do you think they go from here?
So everything's ripping right now. Stocks are ripping. What the Nasdaq is up 2.5% right now. Again, this is the morning of November 6th. The reality is setting in that Trump is going to be president. There's no like, hey, we got to recount anything. Like this is going to happen. So markets are ripping. Crypto is absolutely just skyrocketing. That's because it's a risk on environment, but also because we have somewhat of a pro crypto administration, or at least we think that's what's going to happen, versus the past several years with the Biden administration. I think there's this risk on environment in general across pretty much all markets, except for some international markets, what I'll mention in a little bit. And then the safe haven assets, which I called this, I've said this multiple times and I got shit on by a lot of people. Gold is pulled back big time, silver pulled back, platinum, everything that was a safe haven assets pulled back this morning. And the exact same thing happened in 2016 when Trump got elected. And when in 2016, I made this mistake because I was thinking, oh, you make a gold trade, you make a safe haven asset trade prior to this Hillary Trump election. The reality is the market views Trump as pro-business, so safe haven assets are going to go down in value, and that's exactly what's happening this morning. So super bullish across all markets. I do want to say, though, the valuations that many of these companies are now into, especially after this morning's bump. I mean, a lot of companies, like a lot of companies, not a couple. We're talking dozens and dozens of companies are up double-digit percentage points this morning. And major companies, too. We're talking billions, if not, like, I don't know how many hundreds of billions of dollars are going to be added to market cap today. We'll find out at the end of this trading day. But it's significant. And that was already on super high valuations. That have been this high for quite some time. So unless we have unbelievable growth in the short term, these valuations still make me really nervous.
I think what we're seeing right now is the Trump bump, but it doesn't solve any of the debt problem and the reality of what has been promised and the whole idea of a Department of Government Efficiency, right? Elon coming in and cutting government jobs, cutting government waste. All those things are going to have an impact on GDP. I wrote a piece a couple weeks ago about where I think some of the markets are going, given the fact that gold and stocks have rallied by 40% over the last year. It's like, regardless of who won, there's still significant problems. And my feeling is that we're getting the bump, but eventually the bill is going to come due, and a lot of the necessary to take your medicine, a lot of the things that have to be done are going to lead to some choppiness in the markets. And so
I sold some of my positions this morning. I probably sold. I'm a pretty concentrated investor. I only carry between probably 6 and 10 core positions. I probably sold 3 or 4 of them this morning. Saw the bump. I got long-term cap gains on them. I say, you know what? I'm up pretty big. Let's cash out right now. You never lose money taking a profit. It's a good quote to live by. Again, could growth go a lot or continue to expand? Yes, it could, but we're still pretty frothy in a lot of valuations.